pull over. Ready to go. Hey, listen, this is interesting, though, because, like, listen, we know what's on the line for Carolina, especially with the loss. For New York, it's a weird one because, like, yeah, they're comfortable, but where the rest of the top three are, like, trying to improve against each other, like, you're trying to get back in the top, like, conversation. Like,
yeah,
right now, it's like there's some separation between you and those top three.
They did go to a game 5 with Optic, like, on Sunday. Like, I think that was a good showing. They beat the two teams that a lot would say are behind them in Thieves in Seattle at LAN. So it's like, yeah, they're kind of right with where they should be. But I think the Devs put up some good points. Their hardpoint hasn't been great, and the fact that, like, they aren't playing the new maps a ton, or they've been struggling there. So they're kind of at this point now where they have to hone in on the things that they're good at and try to improve at the same time. It's difficult.
And that's what's tough with, like, I mean, you know, they had some up and down last year. They've had a lot of it this year. They've constantly been working on even the stuff they're, like, good at. Like, it's not like, I don't know, Optic and FaZe where you kind of got to a pretty comfortable position against the rest of the pack where you're in a good position to work on new maps and find other strengths. Like, they've never really been good. Like, not that good where they're comfortable. They've been a work in progress all year.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, what? The first stage was, our search is incredible. We got to get better at respawn. It's like stage 2, our hardpoint got better. And then stage 3, it's like, it's all kind of got worse.
Yeah, like, it's tough to add, like, new stuff in and maybe improve in that when you're still, like, it's still a body of work. I just never have gotten all that comfortable. But we'll start to focus on the action. On the other side of this conversation, yeah, I know Ant kind of touched on it, but Gwyn, who has at times been the rookie superstar for this Royal Ravens team, last time these two teams matched up and they were able to beat them, it was through a game 5. Gwyn set the kill record at the time, had a monster series. But Gwyn is coming off maybe his biggest dud of the year. He was like neg 30, like lowest damage on the team, never got anything going in the respawns. I think it's very obvious that in a matchup like this, they're going to need him to play well.
Yeah, I mean, they just put the pressure on themselves, right? In a series where it's very winnable. They don't win it, they lose it in game 5, and then the next day you play a top 4 team. As the Devs were talking about, 2-2 on the year, so they've played New York tough all year long. For whatever reason is, they just have, and they're in another position to do so.
Is that mental?
I think it's definitely,
it's got to help, right?
Without a doubt, yeah.
Just the fact that we know we can do it. We've done it twice. We did it on LAN. We did it online. We've got the ability. Does Felony have the ability now to earn a cruise? Just needs one more, and he'll get that into the back pocket. Just trying to hold an angle, maybe give himself a gimme. Nobody's shown for now, and that's a nice one. The headshot comes through, and Yogi kind of heard Kenny talking in the interview. Some of them that feel like BS. Like, we were joking last year, like, something you're just getting fried. Like that one headshot, and blip.
Yeah, and on the other side, Kids struggling. 0-7 through 3 hills, trying to find the first one to get on the board. And that was the thing yesterday. It's like the other 3 of Carolina all played well. Your AR stepped up. You didn't have the win show that you normally need. And that's what we've been talking about. It's just like, not all 4 have been on at the same time.
No, yeah,
when is that going to happen?
Yeah, no, we listen, throughout Clay's career, he has been a streaky guy. He is hot and cold. When he's at his best, I mean, he's one of the best players in the world. But, like, you got a really good series out of him yesterday. It's just, unfortunately, yeah, you don't get your rookie there to pack a punch with him. Yeah, sometimes when Gwyn's the one going nuts, it feels like Clay puts up that dud. It's absolutely been an issue of when are all 4 going to be on that same page. And yeah, I mean, it's a difficult thing to do. It's not as easy as like, oh guys, hey, let's just all play well. You know, it's more complicated than that. But Hydra is now on 6. Sib is on 5. The guns have started to certainly come alive, but still looking at a little deficit here if you're NYSL.
Yeah, on rotation, you have Skies taking down. Kid's going to try to pinch this, depending on the time. Actually, he's just going to wait for his teammate. So they're going to soak up the rest of this time and then just play from that. Maybe you know that Hydra has the streak. Try to get some red control, and that's going to be the call. Play around red control, and now Kids is going to maybe have to win another one-on-one versus Gwyn. Reads it well. Maybe hears him under him. Now the teammates are here. I love the way subliners have played this so far.
Great job there from Kiz. The reposition to pick up ladder, able to get both, and now looking for a lead change. That is looming now through Junk. They'll go out in front. Hydra still on this spree. One of the best to just pop it off and going on long sprees. It feels like every series he's got one moment he's going to do it, but Felony, who got his earlier in the game, is going to funnel them out of the point, able to pick up Sib. Hydra's streak will also come to an end, and with 35 remaining in the hard point, you'll rally across and get through if you are Ravens. So a big explosive moment there for NYSL that you answer.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. Yeah, you did a big break. You had Hydra on a spree. But you have the crews of your own, thanks to Fellow. So you end up re-breaking P5, and you're going to keep that lead. There is one more break attempt coming on through. But TJ with Gwyn, and we see Gwyn today. I don't know what it was yesterday, maybe the matchup versus LAG, but he had an MCW out majority.
A couple of times where you were like...
A lot of the times on Karachi.
I think you were, you're wondering there. It was maybe on the high rise at times, like you want to see maybe he could make some plays with the rival, but it's mostly MCW out. And yeah, after maybe the dud yesterday, he's looking to change the pace up a bit, but it'll be rival out for now. But Felony's POV here is NYSL looks to go out in front. And I think you're going to have to survive a lot of those blows if you're Royal Ravens, because when you're like the lesser teams playing against a team like NYSL, like listen, they have more firepower, they do. And when they get hot and throw that haymaker, sometimes the lesser teams kind of get knocked out and can't answer back. You're going to have a lot of those little moments. You're going to need to do that if you're Royal Ravens.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's NYSL going to take the lead now. Hydra continues. He's double positive, leading the lobby with 20. You have P1 control. Your largest lead of the game so far. You see number 4 on the minimap already rotating. That's going to be Civ with the heads-up play. But he might get hunted here. He's able to find that first one. And to help him is Hydra on this rotation. Civ does get taken down. So Hydra trying to do what he can, but at least has the cutoff for their teammates off a spawn to get to this P2.
Clay, you know, he shoots at the first shoulder. He's like, I got to reposition. Can't quite get out. It was, what, a 9 spree or whatever it ended up being for Hydra where he erupted. He brings that back with a 5 spree basically right after that. So he's leading the lobby by a wide margin right now at 22. They've also got P2 control. But the next push comes. It'll be a 3-on-3 around the point. Both spawns pretty normal for the two players that pop on either side of it. Now just the push on through, nearly shooting at a teammate coming over the dumpster wall for a sec there is Civ.
Yeah, you're just staggered. It's almost like, did you want to wait for Gwyn? Did you not? He was so far away. I think they just opted go. And now you just really haven't had a 4-man push here for Carolina. That has been clean. So now with Clayster spawning up, I think he's just going to be thinking about rotation. Him and Gwyn see those blue arrows just start to turn around. Making that decision. Now, this is where it should get awkward. TJ, I imagine, spawns out here. That should be the call, and it is. New York are going to know this. Now just going to focus on him and any other kill they can get on the map.
Well, Kiz getting him at range, getting him from the top rope.
And that's exactly what you need.
Getting them from everywhere. They pick up the spawn out. They find everybody, and that is as clean as it gets in transitioning from 2 to 3.
Look at where you are on the map if you are Carolina.
Yeah.
This is... You might get an attempt around 40 seconds.
This guy Hydra's good for a 5 spree every life right now.
Every life. New York cruiser right now. Let's go to a subliners listening.
Nice. More top. One shot, Clay. Nade across. 2 of them. TJ Clay. TJ Clay on the left. I'm getting shot. One shot. Square.
Reggie, I'm getting
Square and dumpster. Back out.
dumpster. One shot.
Back out. Two fronts at a time. Both fronts. They're both on time. Hold on. We spawn close. 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
Nice. I'm looking outside.
Green. Oh, something. Yeah, I'm playing. What's your Absolutely. He's gonna go Gen ladder. Take time, yo. We have Gen ladder. Absolute. Just sneak. Gen ladder. Absolute. Okay, guys. In the back elbow. I'm watching Gen ladder. Don't see him. Don't see me. I'm playing for market.
There's 2 or 3 on the thing.
Do we all switch? Low marker right now. Fella's gonna go top 3 on me. Just one shot.
They're blocking bridges.
Side is Swellman. Push me out market. I'll go direct. Plays in new. Once we click. Let's go time. Plays in new. It was Fella. Fella's gonna be third. On you. Close cap. Okay. Fella's gonna be third.
I don't see Fella.
Promise he's up there. You know I'm peeking me on both cap. Vending in green. Going mid.
Nice, he's still third.
Yo, one time, 2 time. Top green on me. Bridge. Low bridge and top green bounce. One shot on one shot. He can be sat.
Low bridge.
Low money. One shot top sat. Promise you. He can't do anything right now.
One's marking on me.
What time's good time? Top sat. Yeah, top green.
Bottom money.
Heard you. I'm sliding. I'm trying to help you.
On you.
Close up the money.
He's on new.
Alright, good shit, kids. Running behind you. Yeah,
on new, really weak. Junk in market.
Give me a sec.
Junk in market.
Give me time. Go. I need your back market. I can break the time. Yo, go top market. Literally. Top market.
I'm coming from Paco.
Top market.
I'm getting
Sell 30. Follow 30.
I need you to push.
Try yourself.
My bad.
I'm going deep. No, play with third.
He probably thought Hydra was dead, so Civ tosses one over the top, ends up getting a team kill, but a nice sequence there, out to a 70-80 point advantage. Hydra was passionate in the comms, and he's been passionate on the scoreboard.
Yeah, I love the comms, honestly, from New York. Sky's a nice little angle there, just maybe trying to find a player towards the back, but honestly, who impressed me that listening was Civ. He played his life very well. Coop side helped them transition over towards the P5, but Royal Ravens in control for now. As you see all the yellow arrows starting to push through that P3 area. And here comes that first attempt. The crossfire is here for Ravens. Can they lock this down and then rotate towards that P1? This could be a very close game.
Could be a huge sequence. TJ try to start getting into his bag, bring it back a bit in this one. Fellow is on 4 in a row with a chance to earn a streak if he can pick it up. Down to 8 HP and is trying to stay up right now is the play call. What do you see on rotation?
Yeah, Hydra versus Clay on that P1. Fellow, though, 5 in a row, going for that Renetti.
Good luck.
Yeah, that would be some insane shots. But Hydra, he's going to be on that P1. Fellow would love to get this 6 spree, use this cruise. Just trying to find a hit. He must be out of ammo.
He is.
Yeah, he's just out of ammo. So he's trying to find whatever he can. Kiz, he spawned up near Cafe. So you don't get that sort of combo from P5 into the P1 on rotation. Now pressure over to Ravens.
Yeah, first I was like, can you please reload? And I'm like, oh, that makes a lot of sense.
0, yeah.
No ammo to work with. 20 points away from victory now is
He's on another stream, by the way.
YSL. They're inside. Yeah, every time this guy Hydra has been alive through the mid game, it seems like he's good for 3 to 5 straight. 4 now, plus the objective time. The guy is doing it all. Looking to chow for number 5, give him his 5th killing spree, I think, of this one. It's like he's in a pub right now, absolutely dominating Carolina Royal Ravens. Simply too good, too talented, too French and beautiful.
Yeah, masterclass in map 1 there for Hydra.
He was doing whatever he wanted.
Sicko game out of him.
Whatever he wanted, he was getting. Like, lordy.
And I mean, it was a nice start for Ravens. Kind of got what they wanted. Kismet had a slow start. Props to him for bouncing back. I think it was 0-7, 0-8 until he finally gets on the board. You were very much into the game, but I think that moment from P2 to P3 where we were in the listening, it was just master class where you were spawning so far away. That lead jumps up. But yeah, there's one man's score that's going to stand out.
Dude, he puts up like 2K more damage than the lobby.
30 non-traded. I mean, Fellow's playing well. He really is.
You're just going to need more in this type of matchup, and that's, you know, you had that crazy Gwyn performance that was able to get you past him the last time. You beat him at Major 1 when I think NYSL was at their worst. Like that first, they get double bombed out. Like they're not playing super well. But like, if you are NYSL, it feels like there's this big gap between the top 3, kind of with how things have gone recently. But you know, you get reminded there is still so much talent in this team, and a player that at any moment can be the best player in the world in Hydra. And when you're playing against worse teams, he can just, it feels like single-handedly just take over. Just take over.
Yeah, I mean, it could be anybody. Yeah, he's our season MVP last year for a reason. Like,
yeah, he can do it against the top squads. Don't get me wrong. I just think
in a moment like this, yeah.
Yeah, in a matchup like this, like he can really just, Lord God.
Well, and you're not getting sort of the TJ Gwyn effect we've been talking about. At times, can really match these guys in respawn. I think Hallie brought it up like, New York's playing at their best. There's just no way this is close.
No, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. No, yeah. And I don't know that we've seen New York at their best. Like, I mean, I guess
not a full game.
Yeah. I mean, you could pick the whatever best mode they've had this year look their best. But I just mean like the potential of this team. I don't think we've seen it. No shot. I think they'd be right up there battling with those top 3 if they were there. They just haven't been. They've always had some kind of weakness. It's been a small one or a massive one, but there's always been a glaring weakness for the squad, but just trying to get there. This is the time where you got to turn it on. You got to find that next gear as you get closer to the final major, closer to champs. But you can see as they take it over late, end up winning it by 7.
I mean, you get 22 points across 4 hills, and that is just when the yellow arrow or yellow line just skyrockets. You go from 114 to 208, close the game out. Carolina tried to bring it back there on that final P5, but on rotation towards P1, New York in the hill.
Envoy said something to me back in like Vanguard that always stuck with me. Like he always said, P1 in the second rotation is the most important hardpoint. And like you just see it all the time. Like you see the first transition go one way, and then the P1 comes up where you sort of get to set the pace for that next rotation. You get to your spots. It's just like this snowball where you're ahead. And how often do we see that? It's close to the first set, then it just takes off. And he said it's just always stuck with me. And I know that might change based on the particular map, but oftentimes it's true, man. Like it's close, then it is not.
Yeah, I think about like the last major, like sort of the optic hardpoint especially. It felt like everyone, no matter what, was playing them tough, like 150 to 150, and then it was like shut out 3 hills in a row. Like, just game over.
Yeah.
Especially sub-base, multiple times there at Toronto.
Yeah, so it's definitely not always like the P1. I think sometimes that's the case because it's like a middle hard point and it sort of can like dictate positions going forward. But it could be a different hard point on a different map where it's just like that one where you sort of set yourself up for like 2-3 straight, where you're just ahead at all times, making gunfights so hard for the opposition. We see it so much. We've had some great maps this year. It's been really fun to watch. And we've got one done here. So far, it's NYSL. We get forward to the Search and Destroy, and we talked about the improvements for Carolina Royal Ravens, but as you and I were touching on yesterday, like statistically, overall, yes, it looks better. It's just the map pool has been so small that it's still not great, the Search.
Well, again, just the way we talk about Carolina, you're just like, yeah, they're in the top 8, but they're not. Yeah, they need these points desperately. Drop a match like they did yesterday versus LAG, where now you're playing New York in a spot, you're on Rio. So you're playing this Rio Search. Yes, it did not look great. LAG kind of smoked them, but you can see right here, New York, which surprised me when we saw these sets. I'm like, wow, they don't play this at all. So 0-1 here for Subline.
It's just tough if you're Carolina too, because you just lost LAG, who has the easiest schedule, I think, going forward, and you have one of the hardest. There's just multiple things starting to compound now where you're going to be sweating a little bit. But this would be one, yeah, I mean, you'd love to improve on this if you are in YSL. We just saw FaZe finally lose it. Obviously, they are beatable here, but they've been so good. We've seen Ultra with their moments. Optic as well. Like, you'd love to have this one as one you could go to.
Yeah, just when I saw sort of like, just they like to play Rio Hardpoint, you have Kismet and Hydra on this team, I was like, they've really only played this once, but maybe there's a reason why. TJ and Gwyn, okay, back to maybe their sort of usual formula on this map. Didn't see much of it yesterday, but here in round 1, they find the first 2.
Well, it's just probably one of those where it is a smaller map and all heads can collide.
It's not a standard.
When you feel like you're a better Search team, you want to play more standard maps. I'm guessing that's probably it, because they were the best Search team by far at times. Zip trying to give them a chance. The trade will come in, though, and after they win top middle, if you're Royal Ravens, you're able to control it from there.
Yeah, I think we've seen throughout the year just some of their creativity, with their coach Sender, what they like to do. And they're probably like I don't want to play a map where we can just run up the middle of the map and lose. Right?
Yeah, no, rounds can be decided
4-4.
like instantly. Yeah. They really can. And just like there's not a lot of those like mid-round, like, I don't know, crazy calls or adjustments. Like sometimes it's just, you kind of know what's coming to some degree, but don't get me wrong, it's a fun map for watching cast and Search for sure, because you get a lot of those like wild 1v1s or extended 2v2s just due to the nature of it. We'll see what wildness we have here now in the map too, is you've kind of got a 3-on-2 over here towards A, but you've got some superior position you can work with.
It's a trap, and it might work out. Just who's going to be more patient. Stun hits, but you're not going to expect a second. It's the mega human TJ and Gwyn who find the double.
I just pictured, bro, like was it like BoJack Horseman? People watch that show. It was like the kids. There's like 3 kids on their shoulders inside of a trench coat. They like walk around like they're an adult. Like that's literally what I just pictured, like TJ on his shoulders.
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking the entire time.
Yeah,
like little rascals or.
Yeah, that's a good shout too. I don't know why.
Kicking and screaming BoJack when they do like the.
Yeah. Oh, they're built for it. That's for sure. But now Kismet and Sib trying to clutch up in this 2 versus 3. TJ gives them even more numbers. They're able to push it through, infiltrate, and dominate. Royal Ravens up 2-0.
I mean, the first 2 in round number 1. Gwyn gets 2 to start this round. TJ gets 2 to end this round. It's what we talked about yesterday. You just did not get this at all from this duo on this map.
No, you really didn't. You really didn't. All those situations against LAG where you had these little chaotic kind of moments and skirmishes. Granted, that wasn't that much chaos. That was just Gwyn kind of not getting shot and setting him up as he baits his teammate. But they just didn't win any of those situations against LAG. Just felt like a map that LAG really want to get to. One NYSL want to avoid, and seeing why maybe early on, but still early. Stun hits right as the trophy goes down. So that's some information, and that is slowing up your push. Well, not going to matter. TJ. First Blood Lord on 3 in a row at 5-1, cutting to pieces.
You're still running? Let's do it.
I'm still going for you.
I'm still waiting for a nade.
I think a team naded him. Finally
Follow me up, boys. Follow me up. Yeah, you're nading me. It doesn't matter. I'll keep going forward.
I'm a stallion. Ride me into war. My name is TJ. We got another 3-on-2. They look to shut this down with 50 seconds remaining. You can see bomb down in a tough spot over by B. Fellow will be the lone man over here, which they may opt to isolate if they get that info, but for now, don't have it. As they're taking their time, wrapping towards A. hoping they can efficiently as isolate one, get this to a 2v2.
Well, you might get one if you check that corner where Clay is playing. It's gonna be Sky's there. He thought about it. Sky's thought about it for a second. Sim now trying to beam. We know he's got it. Almost snaps onto the second. I think that first gunfight just takes a little too long. Nice little jump shot by Fellow.
I mean, he gets the info on both from his teammates, so he knows right where this push is going to be coming from. And yeah, opportunity there. And then due to Clay's position, honestly, he kills the second. He probably gets away if he guesses right.
Ooh, I don't know about that, but that'd be something.
It'd be a guessing game. If he pushes forward, he might get inside. But he might also think he's just following up his teammate there and turn the other way, get shot.
But this man has been, he's been doing his thing. 6-1 here for TJ. 2 per round.
Well, even the search they lost yesterday, he had like 4 first bloods, right?
Yeah.
He had, it was 6-2, I think.
Yeah, but remember it was 3-0 in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, no, it was. But this time, yeah, the first blood's actually leading to something. Waits for some of the utility to be expended. Now starts to work his way out for info.
And a lot of their pushes haven't really been up towards B. I mean, it has been on defense, but on offense, they're really trying to keep them honest at A.
Smoke off the cross here from the door peak. Gift bomb planted. 2 people towards garage here quickly. That info will come in. You'll peek. I'm not sure if you saw Hydra on the right, but it'll be Kismet this time with the first blood, so not another one for Tej. Great read and positioning there to watch over the bomb side push. Gwyn helps out as well. Everybody falling apart. It's Clay. It's on the flank, and Clay's going to get 2 as they try to push through.
I mean, yeah, just starting to work towards that A bomb site. And then, as you said, you just reposition. He's able to get the first. I thought with Fellow dying on the flank, but Clay, he's got it. Able to hit the slide, takes down both.
Yeah, he had such good timing there on the slide. Like, that's so awkward for both of them, kind of, but the aim tracks a little bit better there for Clay, and he will get the second 4-0 advantage. All Royal Ravens after the map 1 loss. TJ, 5 straight, and 1 off the cruise. It's funny, I asked you, like, to remind me what the World War II one was called, and you said glide. Now I keep wanting to say glide. I don't know why. I haven't thought of glide bomb in so long, but now I keep wanting to say glide bomb. Oh, my brain is peculiar.
Had a little whistle noise with it.
Yeah. I just couldn't remember the name of it for the life of me.
Nate's going out trying to catch this player on the bomb. Not going to happen. They hop off of it. That's going to be Kismet. There is a trade, though, as Tej is able to find one win with another. All down to Tiz, trying to finesse.
And he does. I mean, he's able to get out. It looks so bad for him for a second, but the fact he gets the kill and gets out gives himself a chance in this. He's got bomb to work with, too. So at least it's not like drop top mid, and he's got to track back and try to pick that up and make a play. He has bomb, and you were hunting kind of as a flock here for a second if you were Royal Ravens. They split up for a moment.
Yeah, that's someone saying go back together.
Yes, I thought they were going to split like the worst possible time. The bridge check is about to come in. Can Kiz get away? Barely gets gun up. Able to finesse, retake the fight. Some damage in, but he's knocked down to 48 HP. And they are hunting, just slipping away. Can he get back to full health? Gets the reload off, gets full health. Good luck with that fight. Yeah. Can't survive another day. Just, it felt like he was just running for his life the entire time.
The other problem is just the side he planted it on. So it's just so tough to deal with. He has so many things going against him in that situation. He's hoping to get out bridge side, and then Gwyn is there. Finesses for a good amount of time. But they end up hunting him down.
Yeah, and this is like, this map is very like must win in my eyes because, you know, you had a decent shot on Karachi. We saw him win it yesterday. We know they have the ability to do it. But control has been rough. It has been. And we're going to be going to evasion. We saw, I mean, their defense had more holes than a piece of Swiss cheese.
Swiss cheese, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, they had been struggling there. Could they win it? Sure. But, like, there's some absolute shooters on New York. Invasion and control, you would think would
that's
be
their go-to. I think they're like 10-5. It's
well, that or high rise. Yeah.
So
you needed this one real bad, and well, they're getting it. It's 5-0. You've got nothing going for New York. Hydra, who just had that massive map 1, one of the better search players in the game. 1 in 5 currently, has just been able to get nothing going at all. Yeah, you've got a total of 8 kills through 5 rounds.
Yeah, but because they kept him so honest towards A, look what opens up. You have 3 players for New York playing A. Boom. Isolations over towards B. Clay just trying to do what he can. Bomb not planted yet, though. But Fellow's able to get one. The fact he finds that with the Renetti gives his team a huge advantage.
Yeah, I mean, he was on a 40-second 3v1, basically. Yeah, the fact he gets 1 is amazing. And this feels like, how many times have we seen a 2v3 opportunity for NYSL? I don't know if I would call it an opportunity. Like, not a great position. You've been in it a lot. Clayster now strikes all onto Skies, last alive, or you're getting 6-0 mollywopped. Streak in. Run on forward. It's gonna be an explosion, or 2 Carolina players in your face. You're going to drop. It's a big win there for Royal Ravens. Right back in this series and tied up 1-1. It was, I think, a must-win map in this best of 5, and they handle business, and they handle it big time.
Nobody wants you hit in the face by a missile.
That's true, Joe. Or, never mind, we'll leave it there. We'll take a look at the stats here momentarily between Subliners and Royal Ravens. It's going to be very, very one-sided. TJ with 4 first bloods in the loss yesterday. This time he's able to get 3 lead-all players in kills, lead-all players with the first bloods. He was having a fantastic one, but a great effort all around.
I mean, great comeback. I mean, yeah, after the map 1, just to 6-0. Just bounce back in the series. This could be an emotional team, this Carolina side. Lots of ups and downs, but at this point, feels like they're kind of used to it, and they've played New York tough all year long.
And it's just such a good example of Rio's just a little different when it's search and destroy. Like, you see, like, LAG beat them yesterday because, like, they just want to play the same type of game, honestly, when it comes to Surge. You can't do what you want to. If you are New York, you struggle there mightily, and I was a bit worried for Carolina based on what we saw yesterday after they got the loss. A little worried on this map, but
well, I think what LAG did, it kind of forced them to say, we got to try something else, and I think on their attack a few times went over towards A, and it worked. So, yeah, just force them to try some new things.
If they're going to come out and somehow get a control win, though, how do you think it's going to happen? I mean, just based on how good New York has been and the struggles of Carolina.
I think just strong defensive rounds. I mean, with how good New York has been, we'll see. But, yeah, it's going to be tough.
A lot of work to do, an uphill climb here for Carolina, even though you got that massive map 2 victory. Still work to do. They've had New York's number. They've been 2-2 on the year. Can they come through with an upset again? We had to do a quick break. After that, Invasion Control.
Upgrade your game with the SCUF, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
SCUF Gaming is doing an ultimate giveaway where you and a friend can win a chance to go to COD Champs this year. The giveaway includes 2 VIP tickets, travel expenses, and more. To enter, scan the QR code on the page or go to scuf.co/CDL and enter your email. Terms and conditions apply.
We are back. You get ready for the map 3. It was the Hydra show in map 1. It was the Royal Ravens Rampage there in the map 2. They all popped off. TJ was leading early, but it was not close really at any point. 6-0, clean as can be. We brush those two off. We continue on, and the invasion, I gotta imagine this is NYSL by a mile, but we'll see, because you got TJ on your screen, and TJ, you could never count him out.
Sure, why not?
Sometimes, man, he's like, you know, you didn't think Frodo and Sam were to get all the way, throw that ring into the pit of lava. You counted them out, right? But they got it done. And just like Frodo, TJ might surprise you. 1.59 in control versus LAG, looking to keep that same thing cruising here on Invasion.
That would be, yeah, hell of a performance.
Yeah, it sure would be. A little bit different than maybe High Rise.
Yeah, and I think the key here is these two, they've probably played High Rise 4 times, but it's been 4-0. Control in this series matchup for Subliner. So you switch it up, now you're playing Invasion. You saw a lot more reps for NYSL. Usually Carolina, when it comes to Control, they're just trying to play anything but this.
And you just have like that perfect mix of, when I think of NYSL, like on this type of map, you have a lot of those like long range one-on-ones, sure. Like where you have absolute shooters and like Skies and Sib. And then you have Hydra, who is maybe one of the better individual players.
Yeah, we're talking about that, but yeah, now you have 2 on A.
They just get right over to A, and they're down to get freaky. You got 2 players here to dance. No trophies yet, though, so Nade's going to hit. They'll quickly work on that. They do get 1 tick done, though.
Jen, I mean, I think we saw it at the Major. We've been seeing it online and more. I just think we're at the point where teams are starting to figure it out, just how to find those openings on offense and punish the defensive teams.
Listen,
Stayed a long time.
Outside of a map change, the single biggest thing that shifts in Control over the course of the year is teams getting better at offense.
Yeah.
Without, I'm talking about the maps that are defensively favored. Like, without question, that is what improves. And yes, we've certainly seen it. I think it's led to far more entertaining. I thought Gwyn got like 17 hit markers there, but maybe some of them through the vehicle.
Through the pole.
Yeah, through the pole, because didn't get the kill. But yeah, I think we've had some more entertaining Invasion controls just due to more of a presence on offense, finding those timings, finding those openings, giving yourself winnable situations. As it gets a little windy there for Clayster on the street, as maybe lose a little aim assist in that tank-heavy fight.
I think he lost all of it.
Yeah, because he about snapped his right thumb.
Yeah. I think
got injury! Broke his thumb.
Kismet almost with 3 to stop this progression over towards B, but TJ keeps his hot gameplay from game 2 into this one, up to 6-3. I mean, keeping it going. You got to take down A. Already a pretty good offensive round here.
If TJ has a solid map here, why the hell not?
Here we
it's
go.
A difficult one to do. So far, so good. Minute extension in. It took a while, though, so you only have a little over a minute to work with. 3 life advantage, probably not going to matter much because you don't have all that much time, but you did do a little bit of damage here. Now can you work up onto A again? Fellow, this is what I think team players got better at, like sort of this sneak, sort of lurk up the A street, but I believe he does get spotted. They try to collapse. A team kill does come in as Kismet's there on the crossfire. Felony for now backs up, trying to get some bangs in.
Yeah, I think Gwyn's going to be a little frustrated with the death a couple of seconds ago. He checked every corner but the one that Skies was inside a cafe. He was really the point man. And he tries to get back in there, but Hydra with the headshot going to win it. On that B street, you do have Sim just kind of locking that down, forcing everybody from Carolina into this position.
They funnel through, and Hydra able to get 2 of them. 3 straight for him. He's going to be a mid-map Reaper throughout this. Constantly repositioning, constantly being in the corner you don't check, constantly getting under your skin. You do a pretty good job getting 4 ticks if you're Royal Ravens, but based on the defense we saw yesterday, got to be a little bit worried about the success NYSL might see.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Yeah, with someone like Hydra who will find those openings just time and time again. One of the better Invasion control players that we have in the league. I'm just interested to go back, watch that VOD, maybe just fix a couple of things, but this is going to be the test because you have a very good offense there. You get 4 ticks, but this is what I'm worried about. Yeah. Just based on what we saw yesterday.
Yeah, no, but even that, like 4 ticks used to be like, great, job done. Not as much anymore. Like, it's kind of like you need to get that, it feels like. Like, we've seen the clamps put on still on people. It can happen, certainly, but becoming a lot more common. We get a good bit of progress on offense. And yeah, let's see how this opening break goes and how the work continues for NYSL. You just got to avoid those 3 or 4 down scenarios if you're Carolina Royal Ravens. Stay disciplined, keep the comms on point, and so far, so good. And more importantly, yeah, don't let Hydra get loose. And great job thus far. They've got all the kills.
Yeah, I mean, Fellow with 4 in a row. Maybe now he's trying to work down a streak.
Nope.
But he's going to get taken down by a headshot. Had a couple of headshots of himself. And this is what I'm talking about. This man switching up with the weapons. MCW, rival. It wasn't... He was trying to maybe catch that player off spawn, but heads up play by Gwyn to just be gun ready.
Yeah, I thought he was just going to slide across and get into A, but I don't even know if he was back to full health yet.
No, he wasn't. He was still at 50.
Just gets dropped. Felony tries to sprint in with a pistol, but they're ready for him. Still have a numbers advantage over here towards B. Lives or whatever. Headshots through. And now just trying to get some progress here. Nobody really close, so we'll see if Carolina, the times they were just so willing to give up B, just sort of try and put the clamps in on A.
Yeah, that's what they did yesterday. They really didn't have too many retake.
None. Did they even try to retake it at all?
Not really. Maybe a chance here if they get a kill. B Dom, you see number 5 working all the way through. That's Clay, and now maybe is that chance, but still one player on it. Gwyn's gonna find a double, but now at least you have a ton of map control. Yeah. You know where the last couple of players are. You have people on Palace wall trying to get some spawn kills.
It's fine when you left them with like a minute 20, minute 30. Like you had a good fight for them to get B. It's just those times where like they get it super clean. They got 2:10 on the clock to go within a life advantage. Like, well, you got to hold a long, long time and play mistake-free COD, which can be so difficult to do. But you've got Clay pushed up bridge side, funneling everybody through on that B street. You got the setup you want right now for Carolina Royal Raven. Just got to win the gunfights, and well, the first one doesn't go well.
Yeah, again, I think Gwyn just have some unlucky timings in some of these plays. He was watching that, gives it up for a second, repeats it. Kismet is there. TJ, though, back to B-Dom. Just watching those different crosses, able to help out Clay, and now they can kind of reposition. But you see what NYSL is doing. Skies and Kismet working to the defensive side of the map. Well, if it's not Gwyn this time with the bad timing, this time it's TJ.
Yeah, and if Joe, if you'd already mentioned it, the scoreboard up top is bugged right now, so we might as well turn that off, because you see as we hop the players, different numbers reflecting it. Just an issue we're having currently, but we'll try to keep you updated as best we can. Back over to TJ at 14-9. He started out hot. Will drop there. Felony able to track back and hit the shots. 15.5 now on the clock, and Skies is able to get onto it. Felony has a challenge with the pistol, but gonna get away with his life at 9 HP.
Yeah, 2 players on it, though. Couple of trophies down there, just weak. Clay, though, great shots. They don't even get the tick, so that 4 tick might come into play. Based on what Carolina was able to get in round 1. So far, so good here on their defense. On Invasion.
Yeah, that was great. Really no scares. Never had like a 3-down type issue. Even did a better job of just not giving up B, like kind of for free. Like I know they didn't really want to attempt too many retakes yesterday. They just like there was like no presence there.
It was a weird one.
They weren't able to put up much of a fight. This time at least, like you take a decent amount of time off the clock. But now we'll see it from Clay here once again. Is he's able to get the 2 and shut down the round.
Yeah, I mean, you had the help there from Hydra.
Now we got our numbers back to be correct.
Sometimes. Who knows? Never know. I have no idea.
I think all these years of Codcaster would work, but, you know, surprises.
This is a new one, though, I will say.
That's true. That's true. That's true. They're keeping us guessing, keep us on our toes, Joe. As TJ keeps it going. As he gets a double. So weak, though, that Sib's going to take his ankle off. Nice spot there, as I thought he barely saw him. And this is, I mean, about as good as position you're going to get. Sib is shooting right now. All right, he is lights out. Just can't quite get away.
Yeah, that's going to open up the B point, so Sib does well, but Kismet got picked, and this is what these teams do. Just kind of pick you apart on the point while you're on it, and then they go with numbers. That's going to be a 3 dead. There's the pinch. Now you're all the way backed up as all the NYSL members. A nice little reposition. 5 in a row here for Skies.
Yeah, and this is kind of the
just
firepower.
Clinical.
It's just, they're making it look very, very easy. Skies almost got ripped there, by the way. It's like, who just peeked him, TJ?
I've been noticing, I've been looking at him more in the kill feed. I mean, could have been the same last stage, but I feel like I'm just seeing more headshots again.
Yeah, I'm sure we're thinking about it more just with the 4 bullet back in play, but I imagine it's not all mental. Like, you're probably seeing more as well. Hydra Kind of slides in between three players there, and now they're able to get across with 15 seconds remaining. Can you get a three-person stack on this, and how quickly can it go? You got one tick done at B, one tick now done at A. One player spawning out Palace, and TJ's able to win a fight. So the presence is here. Too. Second point is through. Sip tries to contest. They go in, try to win the 2-on-3. Not going to happen. Still some work to do. Skies' wall bang will not hit, and A is done. From the depths from Carolina Royal Ravens, they were backing up against it with little time to work with. Now suddenly you got a minute to go. And the map kind of flips on its head. They say now have to work B.
I mean, I'll have to go back and see that, but just how the fact they get like 3 cleanly over to A. I know they got 1 player, but as a squad, just able to find the opening on the map and get right over towards that point. Now it's a 3 dead for NYSL as they get picked apart. You do have Skies with the cruise if he wants to use that.
He is.
And he is right away on B. But once again, you have 4 ticks, worst case scenario. The pressure is still on. Fellow is inside of blue. They're going to get on this point as well. Sky's not going to connect with the crews. It's going to be tough on this map.
And Carolina trying to make me eat my words. They look lost here at times yesterday. They're making some big plays now. Haven't quite closed out the round. Have the advantage for defense, and they're a sliver away from an offensive victory here. But this next push is everything, because you don't have a lot of them. And you don't want to allow some players to get any more aggressive positions on the map unless you can win some nutty gunfights. Holding A side street, it's going to be Hydra. He's going to lose that fight. First domino down, second domino fallen, 2 more to find. But Skies, what a massive double it is. Nearly a triple. Hits Felony down to 43 HP. 10 seconds remaining. Somebody's got to get on this to stop it. Here come the 3 players forward now.
Kismet was the next man up, was able to find 1. Trying to buy time for his teammates off spawn to get there, and I think he did enough alongside of Skies, who was able to find another. Ooh. And there we go. It gets close, but again, just going down to the wire.
Well, Skies double, and the fact he almost killed Fellow. He set Fellow up for somebody too. He just got to that tank and started hitting. Whew.
We have done enough on offense, so could have 2 defensive rounds here for Carolina.
Yeah, that is like that one you want the dub. Yeah. Listen, I know you barely pulled that out. There's like 10 seconds left when you got A, but like
all 3 of them got there.
Oh, well, sometimes it's just it happens so fast. Now teams gotten so much better at like winning one gunfight and just getting through, or baiting out, like thinking you're pushing mid or B street and just hitting it. Like they've gotten so much better. It happens so quickly. Sometimes we're having one conversation, I'm like, oh my god, they're all in A. But it's just one gunfight sometimes, or one bad timing.
Actually, a lot of the traps, right? You have one player like B tank and another player pushed up.
I think the traps are getting punished far better now. It's part of why the offenses have gotten better. Like those like greedy, I don't know if it's greedy is the right word, but you really try to lock them in and make sure they get like no progress whatsoever. Like that usually it feels like when it's like 1 or 2 kills and suddenly stuff falls apart. I think it's a variety of ways people got better on offense, but it seems that way, yeah. Like, you push somebody up towards Palace, like A-side street, that guy dies, then, like, things just... You never get back to, like, what you want to do.
How about that one gunfight? Sky's trying to find it on the clay, able to hit it. So now the pressure going to be over towards Carolina to deal with him. Just, he's bought enough time for them to deal with TJ on B, and now you at least open up the B point for your team.
Yeah, man, I think it's always great. You can get one body over there, because it's just... basically means no pressure on your teammates at B, typically. Royal Ravens are going to throw really thing at that. They're not much of an opportunity.
He's still alive.
You've left one person on it, and Hydra's just danced across the map.
Well, think what Skies' play did. He frees up B, and then off spawn, he's able to win another gunfight, so there's not a lot of presence A street. So when New York are spawning up, they can start that push right away without having to deal with a player on Humvees or bridge.
And you got about 20, 25 more seconds to work with, I think, this time offensively. Do you for NYSL? Lives all square. We'll keep an eye on Hydra, kind of bridge side. What he... Never mind. He gets plucked right as I say it. I thought he might be the guy that lurks up and tries to take that one-on-one.
Now I'm doing it. It's like 3, 4 headshots in a row, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I know.
I'm locked in on it now.
There are a lot. You are not wrong. And even times when you like don't see it, it's just not final bullet. Like I'm sure it's just there's a lot of 4 bullets happening. You can tell. Like, we were talking about people being erased and some of the series just absolutely deleted off the map. Sib gets 2.
That's gonna be 3 dead. So the last player they're gonna know is gonna be Fellow bridge side. Fellow's gonna try to back on up. with TJ, just get some shots in, able to do so. It's a little bit scary, maybe a chance for New York, just not able to capitalize.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you got somebody up bridge side, like, you're always able to get so much damage in. Make it so difficult. Usually you have to deal with that player before you're going to get through. And yeah, it looked like it's like wide open, right? But all you need is like one player that side, one player off spawn, and you can chop down 2 to 3 people. At least make sure if they're getting to the point, it's like one player, and it's not a massive threat. TJ shutting down the threat right now as he's on 29. Having a big one. Not the 8 and 6 of the scoreboard.
Yeah, maybe one last chance here. You do have Sid pushed up. Window in a nice spot, and maybe that's where you want him to stay a little bit more patient, but here comes Hydra and Kismet trying to get on towards A. TJ watching that cross, he gets the comm from Fellow. So far, so good for Carolina. They're gonna have to do it one more time.
Yeah, by the time you deal with Fellow, the round is basically over. But no, I think that was a good view of like that, the importance of that position as well, just seeing how easy I look for TJ, right? Just gets the comm, guys weak, he can put like one bullet into the head, just always getting comms in, damage in. And it feels like you have just a ton of room to try and finesse deep on the bridge. But now, yeah, one more time. We go to the 5th round. You've been close to already closing this out if you're Carolina, close to winning an offense, but you're going to have to do it here defensively.
Yeah, let's see what New York want to do. I mean, either you go for that A hit, or, I mean, what they were notorious for is sort of getting the pressure B side and then just sort of sending Hydra and kids and just letting them be annoying. It is often as possible, but Carolina hasn't really allowed that to happen very much.
No, middle right into the back line, and if there's not 3 posted, he might walk away with both players. Thankfully, it's quick reactions there from Gwyn, I believe, to get the kill. Oh, hello there. Kismet a tag into the second, can't finish it, but sets it up for Skies to get the kill, who's on 4 in a row, looking for his 2nd streak in this game.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. So they keep one player, but they're going to rotate off this. They want to transition to A. They want to get on this point. Skies is here. They know where everyone is off a spawn. Hydra's going to have this rival in a spot, but the player spawns behind him. But maybe he buys enough time for his teammates to get here and be in a great position. The trophy's helping out.
I think he's just hoping he gets there time he spawns him out deeper and just gets up the gut. Doesn't quite happen, but as Clay gets 2, you're getting some damage done here on the point. 2nd bit of progress is done at A. You finally clear it, but some good work done in a 3-life advantage. You've had Royal Raven scrambling from the get-go.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is, yeah, look at the clock, right? It's still a minute 06. They're still slaying off of B, not even worry about it. Continue to push up. Sid being the first player, maybe now they'll try to slow things down, play around the middle of the map. You see Fellow already going up that A street, trying to layer that defense and slow this game down because they don't have a ton of lives. But now in Carolina, they're thinking about, all right, let's just retake this. And they did all 4.
Okay, starts with TJ. They deal with it. TJ has been so good. So good so far this series. Now, how long can you trap him in? Because, yeah, you said you did have a minute left, which is pretty good considering you had, like, at the point, you've been all over the place. But now it starts to punish you. You spend so much trying to get A, you lose that fight off of B, and now you're up against it. The clock dwindling, 30 seconds to go, and you are locked in like a vice. TJ trying to scramble, reposition every life. So valuable position there for Gwyn. I thought he had a freebie for a second. Crouches, gets caught, and Sid makes him pay. But TJ still up and fighting.
I mean, New York just doesn't really feel like they know where they want to go quite yet. They're just not winning gunfights anywhere on the map. They took that extra risk to kind of push up off of B instead of maybe stacking it, keeping a tight-knit setup, and now Carolina making them pay. What a comeback into this round. 1 second to go, but maybe with Hydra's double, there's one last chance.
How often is it that, I swear, like you just have a sub 5 seconds and you're able to get the point, just desperation point, you're spawning close, you're sending it, and there were some heroic plays there from Clay to try and hold that, double before that to send him back, but couldn't do it one more time. Now, you've got a push or 2 if you're NYSL to try and get onto this. You've got Fellow set up bridge side. They're trying to funnel this all through gas. Just take 3 right through the backside of it. Gwyn gets real bad timing. Couple of them you've seen throughout this. Another one gonna happen there. Gets a bit antsy and gets dropped. You still have the numbers here. You still have the numbers. Got to trade that out. Can't let him get 2. Able to get the kill. Fellow might be able to get him. Just need a bullet from the street, but he has to reposition. 20 seconds to go, Joe.
Yeah, he's just buying time, though. This is such a good play by Fellow. Finally taken down. was putting those shots in. They're trying to hunt down Skies, though. Kismet able to get on the point. We are not done yet. They're looking for Skies, and he has stayed alive inside a laundry. Not able to find number 5.
so slow. It's so slow.
Kismet is here. And look at that contest play. I love it from TJ. So heads up. Just hops on the point. Now it's a 2 versus 6.
On Hydra and Civ to try and pull off the impossible, the improbable.
And he's got 40.
What a map here from TJ. He was the guy we were highlighting at the beginning. So he puts up a big one. I'm thinking they can win this. He puts up a bomb. TJ popping off. There have been so many struggles for them in control, but Frodo, he gets the ring into the lava. They take the map, Joe.
And even just the I mean, you're on 40, you're on a heater. You're thinking chow that. He just hops up, contests, and is like, let's take this. Right, let's not give kids individual gunfights, because that was close. It was very close to being done.
I think he nailed that. Like Fellow doing a good job just playing his life, extending his life a little bit.
Yeah, it was Fellow on one side, Skies on the other. Really, the two like unsung heroes towards the final 20 seconds.
And screw me, right? I said map 2 was like must win due to the control performances you've had from Carolina, but they come out and win it here. For whatever reason, they have matched up so well against this NYSL team, and they're doing it again. A map away from beating them 3 times on the year. I don't know what it is exactly, but they've got their number. And
well, I think it's just what we talked about. It's just like, I think for some of these teams, just to get over the mental hump. Well, and a lot of times, like maps-wise, like the Karachi Hardpoint was always close. They played sub-base Hardpoint versus them. Like, just the map sets, both teams were like, yeah, we can play all this.
And Ant kind of said yesterday, like, Carolina sometimes are guilty of playing to their competition. Yeah, I mean, you look at yesterday, now you look at today, it seems to be the case. I mean, some of their best moments come out against some of the heavier hitters, and then they lose the ones you don't think they should, but I'll leave it to you to highlight maybe some of the major moments throughout this map 1.
Well, I think just the big difference.
Sorry.
What a difference from yesterday, where we had 3 attacking rounds in a row, and it was just, I don't know what I was watching.
Yeah, that was one of the weirdest invasion we've ever casted.
It was a weird day at COD on a Friday, but today it was, this Carolina defense was much better. Much better. And you know, big props to, you know, TJ in a position like this, Fellow playing that A bridge time and time again. There were a couple of openings for New York, but every single time the crossfire was there or they dealt with it.
Yeah, I think, I mean, you had a chance too, if you're Royal Ravens, to win an offense a little bit earlier in that one. So you had ample opportunities. You outplayed them in that one. You get the dub, and whoo, size of frustration maybe there for NYSL. The boys are getting fired up. A lot more pressure on this particular match for Royal Ravens after the loss yesterday at LAG. They need to bounce back with a vengeance, and so far they are doing it. But now we get ready to go to a Vista Hardpoint. Take me through that.
Well, I mean, this is obviously, you go look at the vetoes, right? Karachi, New York picks that. So this is your choice for Carolina. And I just think, I mean, both teams, what, 1-4 for New York, 1-3 for Carolina. It's not like necessarily a strength. So it's kind of like this, again, just with these two teams and the maps that they play, it's like this 50-50 bout.
Yeah, and you just like, both of them, like you just have to find improvement somewhere. Like they're both like desperately trying to find a couple more maps. When you talk about Search, you talk about Hardpoint, where you're trying to get a little bit better. And for Carolina, I mean, you've been, the control's massive because you've been just all year, it feels like, trying to find
you've lost all of them to New York until that one, so that helps.
Yeah, well, I mean, just in general, you've been trying so desperately to find something. That looks so much better than what we saw yesterday. But now we'll look forward to the Hardpoint. We'll take a look at some of the stats as we get ready to go into this one. Vista breakdown Hardpoint since the Stage 3 start. This is how it looks, and kind of mirroring what you said with the overall records. Anything else really standing out to you?
I mean, you see just kind of maybe some of the struggles, the hold ranks, right, for both of these. Bottom of the table, 12th for Carolina, 10th for New York. And I think on some of these hills, it could be tough, like the hold, because, you know, if you look at like a P3, they're just going to break through the front. But really what this speaks to me is sort of your P1s and P2s, where a lot of teams are cashing in. You got to be better there.
We'll see who maybe gets the advantage there. Vista's been a great addition into our map.
Yeah, it's a different map.
No, it is. I loved it. Honestly, this year, I could be speaking out of my ass, but I feel like just talking about like raw additions we've had, the maps have come in like one of the better years we've ever had. With like Rio coming in, Vista 6-star, like, because we were worried about maps this year, just in the sense of, you know, we're going back and playing a title we didn't have Hardpoint, and we were like, where the hell are we gonna play it? Like, we had a lot of concerns.
MW2 2009 maps, we didn't play Hardpoint in Control, so I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, no, we were saying, what are we gonna do?
You and I literally talked about We were attached to terminal Hardpoint. It's awful.
I mean, yeah. The additions have been so good. Now we get into this map 4.
Yeah, Hydra with an 8 kill to start us off, but back over to this guy, TJ. Gonna get some of this early time. So good since that map 2. But who was better in map 1? It was Hydra. Looking to get back into that, playing another Hardpoint.
Yeah, and T just had these moments where he can be so good. She's like, can you do it all series? Can you have another one? Can you keep that smile on your face? Because, man, it was a beautiful one. After that map 3, looking to see if he can keep doing it, but you need a full team effort. Gwyn has certainly been better today. Maybe not like superstar setting records type guy, but not what we saw yesterday where he was neg 26 and lowest damage on the team. But you needed a better output, and they've gotten that.
I think on the other side, you love to see that Kids, who's just been very inconsistent, especially in the respawns for this team. Just not the sort of form that we saw last year when they won the World Championship. Gwyn, though, with a nice pinch. Kids was on 5 in a row. You had 32 seconds, and you were set up here for P2, but Gwyn sneaks on through. Kind of messes with it now. The stun hits just as Gwyn's about to hit that slide. Allows Hydra to take him down.
See how awkward that looked. He's just trying to like snap as he slides. Just couldn't get the gunny around. Hydra taking over again. 7-2 from him. You cannot let him get loose and confident early on, and so far, so good.
That's been the case.
Yep.
They allow that to happen. Well, it's happened.
It is quadruple positive now, getting back to full HP, challenging again 5 straight. Is this going to be another map like map 1 where it's just killing spree after killing spree through for Hydra?
Yeah, he's going to earn some of this time on this rotation. Carolina just going to go towards that B3. Hydra just hoping he's just telling the guys, hey, get somebody weak. I'm one off a cruise. Somebody bait for me pretty much.
Yeah, it can be tough too when you got the rival. Like, you kind of need to be the aggressor, but can they get someone weak so you just put a bullet in? Does he read a player right on the other side of this? TJ, the hero, map 3, tucked around the corner. And God, that is not an easy fight, but the snapper and the hip fire will hit. The cruise through for Hydra.
Nice little crossover there from Hydra. Hits the slide, perfect timing, jumps on back. They deal with Clay, who was in the back. Now they have mid-map control and P3 control. A great break. And what we just talked about, sort of the holding for Carolina. They were 12th. You see a reason why.
Yeah, I mean, we looked at the Monster Energy pregame and saw some of the hardpoint woes just for this team in general, not just Vista. And the struggles that have been there, and it looks like a lawnmower going through grass right now as they're all trying to funnel through and just getting mowed down. 4 straight now for Kismet again. And he's got the whole team in front of him, unfortunately. Even if he got that one, I don't think he was getting any more.
Fell with some nice shots, does back down Sib. Now, New York, we've seen them a couple of times have these leads on this map and, well, throw them away. Or have some crazy comebacks like that Ultra Series before Major 3, but we'll see if they can close it out here. Just feels like they've had no pressure, Carolina. Through the middle of the map, it's allowed like your Kismets and your Hydras to just get loose.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things. You're just getting outslayed pretty heavily considering how far we are into the game. Like, you're down 10, 15 kills already at this point. I mean, the feed has just felt like it's been yellow, 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 yellow constantly outside of an occasional play. And TJ, who I was wondering if he can keep it going in this map so far, has not been able to. 4-10 start for him. Lead is up to 110. Hardpoint control, again, is here for NYSL. And they brushed off that map 3 loss, let me tell you.
Kind of locked back in here. Hydra on another spree. Using the MCW this time. He's got another gunfight on the hill, and he's going to win that versus Clay. 10 seconds left, though, on this rotation. Gwyn will take down Sim. Maybe this is where Carolina can start to bring it back. Normally, comebacks on this map, it's sort of a P5 and a P1. Chain those two together.
Yeah, you could chain. I mean, you really go P5, P1, P2, like just straight down the middle of the map, and a lot of the power spots are the same. You could ramp it up, but it's got to happen. It's got to happen soon. Unfortunately, they've got missiles from the sky. Hydra able to earn that earlier and calls it into play. Still quadruple positive on 4 straight and a chance to earn another streak. He's got TJ's number. Good luck with that one. Caught sprinting and dropped. It will be number 5, but not number 6. So not another cruise in, but they're still the ones that control the hardpoint. The number's flying forward, though, for Ravens right now.
Yeah, it's just like as soon as that cruise is called in, it's also other gunfights went the way of New York. So this has just been so clean.
Bro, this might be one of the worst hardpoints you've seen of the year. Yeah, slaughter's a good word for it. It feels like every single, it's just a Carolina Royal Ravens player like sprinting to try and do something and just getting cut down. Like, they haven't had good position since the first second of this game.
They had one at P3 and then they just got broke. That was about
Yeah. Maybe it was the only one when Hydra was trying to play for the streak. Yeah, that's a
P5 rotation because, and then they got a missile. So
yeah.
the snowball is very large right now.
Oh, Lordy, there's been a murder. But it's not quite done yet. Still a couple heartbeats maybe remaining, but into the point now go Royal Ravens. So we'll see how long it will last. Kismet tries to get in. TJ coming through with 3. Does it start here? Can you do something? Because, I mean, you got NYSL kind of where you want. They're funneling over through P5. You've got P1 in the PT rotation if you can hold this. We thought the comeback would need to start maybe a little bit sooner in the P5, but still an opportunity. It's just the hole too big.
What did Hydra finish in game 1? Like 38 and 16? Something like that?
Yeah, some of that ballpark.
I mean,
Yeah, his hardpoint stats are about to be
dude,
unbelievable in this.
it might be the best series. I mean, I don't know. There's been some crazy ones.
Just for like hardpoints?
For 2 maps?
Yeah.
2 maps of the same series? It's going to be around 3.
It's certainly been up there, yeah. Triple positive now, yeah, like quadruple through till about 20 kills or so. Finally, you're taking this out of maybe like embarrassing territory if you're Carolina and putting some points on the board, but now with 40 still left up on it, you get in. If you're in YSL, now you're in a position where you just pray it's not like the first rotation where you get set up for P3 if you're Carolina and you get busted wide open instantly.
Yeah, trying to start this right through the middle of the map. Able to find the first. Here comes the rest of the team. But nice reposition from the ARs. Skies and Civ able to take down the push.
Just from that mid-heady block, so much damage you can do. Reposition, tagging everybody. The reads have been on point. On the other side of it, we hop over to Hydra. This sensation on 25 and 10 currently. Up to 5 in a row is Skies and 1 off, maybe earning another missile. Hydra picking him apart. Skies doesn't get that before he drops. Difficult shots in through the railing, and finally Hydra will fall.
Yeah, they deal with him, and they don't allow New York really to gain map control off of that. That was the key, right? It's not like Hydra's able to find a multi because he's really messing up with that setup, but you do have Kismet through now. See that number 3, him and Hydra gonna make that 2-man push. TJ's gonna spawn on up, and now they're gonna have to reposition for this. Last time through, this P3 was broken early by New York. It's looking like the same thing here.
And if it's not a complete break, you've at least got in disrupting any kind of flow or comeback momentum you might have for Carolina, but looks pretty similar to last time. Not a ton of time remaining here. You get a bunch of kills if you're Royal Ravens, so maybe you can secure this final 20 seconds, at least avoid like a 100-point club. And the slaughter, maybe less of one now, but whew, that first rotation was about as rough as it gets to watch if you're a Carolina fan.
We haven't had many 100-point clubs on this year. It's not a Cold War year.
No, not many. Had a handful for sure, but not a whole lot. We head over to 4. 20 points away from the win is NYSL. 7 HP is Kismet. Trying to stay up. Well, his teammates find everybody else. He gets back to full HP, finds the 4th. That may seal it. You're spawning out real deep. But right behind,
read this?
Yeah, right behind, I guess, Sib's position. So now they pick it up. At first, he's probably like, huh?
I think Skies was watching it. He knew it was an option.
Yeah.
We're at 99 though. Hydra's gonna find the kill, but still have these parallel spawns coming in for Carolina near that P3. Up to 30 now for Hydra. Another 30 bomb. Well, Carolina's thinking like, let's just get over the 100, and they will.
Ooh, they get there.
Shout out to that spawn.
Back over.
That's
30.
why they got there.
Yeah, it might be the case, certainly, but just one more break for NYSL, and that'll get us into a map 5. But honestly, like, I didn't have Carolina favored the map 4. It was or the map 3. The map 3 win was everything. That gets you to a map 5. You 6-0 in the map 2, but the search and destroy pool, it's not real big, so might get more difficult there. That kill should seal it. It will. Kismet gets 2 to close it out. Hydra puts on another clinic and Hardpoint. And yeah, it's not a 100-point club, but I don't know. That NYSL might have took their foot off the gas. They might have felt bad after that first set of rotations because it was an absolute bloodbath. Carolina in a body bag with nothing to show from it. But it's one of those things where you're like, listen, we won the map 3. We did it. We did what we had to do. Map 5. We were able to beat these guys in map 5 last time we played. Where are we going?
Going to Invasion. Just a solid map for
So
both.
last time, I want to say it was Karachi. It was the map 5. That's where Gwyn got the 3 at the end, like that 1v3 or whatever it was. So maybe not the same recipe, but it'll have to be through a map 5 if they're going to get it done. Leading the way and going nuclear is Hydra, who is double positive in this and just led from the get-go.
I mean, right behind him, Skizman, honestly, up 31. Great map for him.
He got a lot of kills late. I feel like he had like 8 of their last like 15 or so kills. Like, he was popping off.
But those two, I mean, they just had so much room to work with. They had such control of the map. It can be so difficult. They just got 175 to 32 at its worst. Whew. All New York on Vista.
Yeah, and I think the game looks really easy and fun when you have map control, and you know your ARs are winning fights, so you let Hydra and Kismet get to their spots. Like, it looks like a blast. I mean, from the other side of it, it looks so frustrating. You're just running and running and dying and running and dying and running. Like, you're in the ultimate blender. It felt like through a lot of that if you are Carolina, but this is how we got here. All Hardpoint for the subliners, 6-0 on the Rio, so it looked great. I know you're able to get some wins on Invasion if you are this Carolina team, but the search has been improving. It really, really has. You've honestly had some heartbreaking losses, I feel like.
No, you have, especially on the Invasion. Yeah, I mean, this is a map both of these teams have played a lot, on land, online, so it should be a fun one.
Listen, the pressure is all on Carolina here. After the loss to LAG, they need every point they can get. The battle is tight for the qualification for our Call of Duty Championship at the end of the year. Only 8 of the 12 teams qualified to battle for millions. They're trying to get it done. See if they can do a map 5. We'll be back after the break.
The Champs Tracer Pack is available now. The bundle includes a Reaper Operator skin, Ripper Weapon Blueprint, Death Stare Weapon Blueprint, Cuts Deep Charm, 2 calling cards, 2 emblems, and 2 weapon stickers. Use these items in both Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 and Call of Duty Warzone. Available in store now using Call of Duty points.
Hey there, sexy people. We've got one final map. Listen, we've had some long days past. We did all game 5s yesterday. Well, I guess in the middle of this we get some 3-0s, but a couple of game 5s, beginning and end of it. And Joe, I'm ready for a banger. Like, listen, New York, their story is whatever to me right now. Listen, we want this team to improve. We want to see if they can kind of battle the top 3, but like everything is kind of on that top 8 for me right now. Carolina, they need these 10 points way more than the Subliners do. Put it that way.
No, they do. Yeah, sitting at 120 points right now. You outside of the top 8.
You like can't move if you're in YSL. You're like 100 behind 3rd, 100 in front of 5th. Like,
well, maybe. Never know, dude.
No, I know, but like,
no, you're not.
There's
wrong.
just gaps on both sides. Whereas like where you're the Royal Ravens, you're just surrounded by everybody.
Yeah, they're chilling. But you saw the stats there. Both teams, they play this quite often. But I think the surprise that for Carolina, first on attack, but 11th in defense. Kisman gonna be the one player over towards Broken. He may have a 1 versus 1 versus Fellow. Some shots coming in. Hydra though with that first blood on the Clay.
We get the first pick and he's looking for maybe eager for more. Gwyn just tucked behind. The dumpster, that timing is absurd for Hydra. And to be fair, Hydra was catching Gwyn a lot bad timing that map 3. His turn.
Yeah, I think maybe Hydra's just thinking like, let's just kind of pinch these guys on the B street. Sim trying to find Gwyn, but Gwyn does enough to force a 2-on-2. Bomb being planted, so great job by Gwyn.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's a little like off-angle way. It's like out the open, laying prone, just catches him. He's got absolutely snapped. Almost I thought he was going to get straight headies and just fry him there, but he gets 2, and Joe, we've got a 2v2.
I mean, you just have no info. You at least have an extra trophy. Skies and Kids, they're really checking everything. They're going to have to go. They do not have a lot of time to work with.
Well, a lot of times once these fights start, it's in the blink of an eye. Like, you go, you fight, it happens so fast. Some damage in, trying to get across and finish the first. Nice job just wrapping around his TJ, but he only had 70 HP. No time to work with. Can't finish it off. And, well, that was actually the opposite of what I said. A lot of times, like, that skirmish happens so fast.
At times it does, but I feel like attacking team players are really good. Usually it's the one player like back in that cage corner. They usually get taken out quickly, but the player at the tractor, they're just so good at finessing, just playing the off angles and just wasting time. That sounds like
you're absolutely right. You have 5 more seconds, you have a chance.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Sky's at 40 health.
But they just had no info. They had no clue. So much to clear on that broken street.
Yeah. And it was just a pretty standard setup. They could have got 20 seconds off.
Yeah.
Skies gets 2 in it, but the round will go to Royal Ravens. So it's 7-0 in search rounds for them so far in this series. They've yet to lose one. Playing maybe a little swagger in the back pocket. It's Felony. It's able to get a first blood. Will the nade end up connecting? It does not. Beams. They're out of Skies to win his one-on-one, so you get it back to a 3v3.
And what an aggressive defense here from Carolina. Fellow is at least going to trade that. I mean, he was all the way inside of the bus stop. On the other side of the map, Sim and Clay going to have a 1v1, and somehow that stun connects, so gives Clay the advantage. Great utility.
Thank God for Fell on one side and Clay on the other. Now they're going to be grouped up, and against Skies. Skies ran out of time to clutch in the last round. Maybe an opportunity to do it here. He's got bomb in hand. Up against the 2 vets, 1 versus 2, and he's got a rival CW to work with. Able to get 1 for free. The trade angle not there. Clay, God, I feel like he's been so many 1v1s these last couple of days. He gets the spot. He waits for him and gets the kill. Clay wins another one-on-one, and I swear, how many between today and yesterday, it's been like 4 or 5 one-on-ones, I swear.
Yeah, but he wins this one.
Ooh.
Puts his team up 2-0. A very aggressive sort of A defense there from Carolina. I didn't think it was going to pay off, but at least got into a 2 versus 2. And I think you saw when Skies gets a first kill on the Fellow, he's running away, right? So that just gives him the heads up, like, Clay's probably DVD. He's probably past this point, like, broken side. So you saw him just kind of slow down, but Clay just kind of wraps on back and able to find that timing.
Yeah, it's like it's either an instant chow or he's probably rapping on me. No, it's from the instant spot, just a little bit slower. TJ, he's had a lot of first bloods these last couple of days. He'll get another one there, but instantly traded out by Hydra. So 3v3 quickly, Hydra. Oh, Clay, I think frustrated by that one. A headshot comes through for Hydra as he barely wins that fight. Gwyn got some great timing on Hydra last time. How's it turn out this time? Gwyn wins it.
Yeah, he saw the frustration again there from Hydra. Just the way he wants to play this. He's just so active. A lot of these defensive rounds, working Cafe, working the flanks.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't care what kind of map. If Gwyn just goes dead even, but he's annoying Hydra, you've done your job probably.
Yeah, you'll take that all day.
8-0 in round count now in this series in Search and Destroy. The best opportunity for NYSL now to get one on the board. And you do. Skies makes it look easy there for the Tank Caddy. They get their first round of Search in this series after the 6-0 loss on Rio. Battling back here, and good luck in this one.
Yeah, both teams just really pushing up that A Street, trying to find these early picks and then get away with it. And really the difference maker was Hydra on the clay. Just gives them that man advantage. Gets them on the board.
Skies, I know, kind of gets a couple in garbage time earlier in that first round, but he's up to 5 already in this.
And I think that's good, because a lot of the times, especially on defense, he's like just the guy A Street. Like, it's just
hard to keep the gun hot and
yeah.
active type thing. Yeah.
Sometimes you're just so out of the play.
Well,
and he's right back into the play. Fellow again trying to gamble on something A Street and get shut down.
Skies, he is a shooter, and he'll get the first blood there, but all heads about to collide. A 2v4 really here, and less of a collision and more of a massacre. Hydra able to get 2. Clay, last guy up. Good luck. Able to take down 1 at least. The read there for the following push. They'll back up, though, so no chance to maybe line up. He hopes he can catch one, and nearly does. I don't hate the play. Like, I think he can pick another one and get out if they don't instant chow, but I mean, it's a 1v4. Good luck.
Yeah, would have been tough. Very tough. But again, starts with that first blood. Really telling the story throughout this map.
It's so funny because like it's just on the map. I'm just staring at the minimap at the time. I'm like, they're all about to run into each other, and instead it's just Hydra shooting 2 people in the back.
He's got the one route with the timing. Yeah, Gwyn and TJ are thinking they're hitting Cafe. Almost runs out of ammo. Quick little snap there with the Renetti.
Yeah, you're usually a lot of those spots. You know, one's watching one side, one's watching the other. He just gets the timing there where able to close it out. 6 for Hydra, 6 for Skies. Skies gets the first blood in the last one. Hydra tucks back into his cubby. Gwyn's been the guy, it seems more often than not's had his number. And I think he's got 2 or 3 of his. Might have all of his.
He has the info. He knows he's there. He's like waiting for that hop up. And I'm sure Hydra's just like wanting to go. You know, he wants to try to find an angle. I think spots him again. Now there is the hop up. Patience pays off. Bit of an off angle there.
Dude, Gwyn and Hydra are fighting like every round.
There's a trade. Hydra's has had some deaths.
He certainly has. So into a 3v3. TJ, I think, just got the spot for info. He did on Disguise. Just tickles him a little bit and then he'll reposition. 35 to go, so not a ton of time to execute here. You've got 2 pushing up towards A, really, and then Clay kind of the ISO man on the other side of it. What can he find as they try to stop this plan from happening? Kismet in the closet, goes out to catch him, finds a beautiful timing there to shut down TJ. Fellow gets one at the same time. Time is dwindling. 20 seconds now to go.
Oh, Clay doesn't check this. They think Kiz is like out of here. He's not. He's still in here. Fellow not able to get the trade. Now with 10 seconds left, bomb down. This round is toast.
Oof. Ooh.
Yeah, and I think Clay's just like, yeah, Kiz got that kill and sort of just ran out.
Did he peek it?
Who, Kiz? Or Clay?
Clay.
Well, he went to throw a nade out. Went to throw a nade out one of the corners. And I think the nade stuck the door, so he turns around into Kiz.
Oh, he was the one that ran in. Got. I had the 2 Ravens players swap. That's why I was like, he should have had that info. Not the case. 3 straight for Kiz, 3-2 for, well, 3 straight for Subliners as well after the 0-2 hole. They've started to come alive. Royal Ravens need to slow the roll.
Yeah, well, that's just it, right? They've been so aggressive on their defenses. Finally, this time it's just more of a standard setup. Real big focus on Courtyard, but it's all about crossfires. Fellow can help out Clay, can easily pop up, help out Gwyn. It's that 2-man game between Gwyn and TJ, who are so good in game 2.
Yeah, a little bit different now offensively as you're clearing everything and don't get the info early on. Gwyn able to get it. Of course, Hydra there with the trade to take him out of it.
TJ keeps going. He just run. He's like, yeah. I was gonna say he's less than half HP.
Brother, he's
running through the smoke.
He's been playing with some confidence today. There have been multiple times where he has no fear, and sometimes you just need that. You just need it. And yeah, it can bite you, but sometimes you make the difference. And honestly, the best players in the world, they are playing with some kind of swagger and confidence, and TJ's got that at times right now. But Kiz, 1v3.
He's all the way behind. He's spotted 2 of them.
Just so little time, so little time.
Yeah, and you have Fellow at that tank. I think he's on 4 in a row, so he's going to play for the streak.
Yeah, makes sense.
But a nice adjustment there. They slow the round down, does Carolina. More standard defense, and it gets a little wild. There's smokes down, there's nades down. These crossfires are happening.
Well, that's more what I'm used to on this map. Just kind of slow, build it up, smoke goes out, and then chaos around the mid-tank, and A-bomb, like, it just goes nuts.
Who finessed enough.
Yeah.
And they just never found TJ, who was right outside that door corner where the smoke was, and TJ just, like, kind of crawled on through.
Crawled on through and then hit it like a Ford truck.
F-150.
3-3 now, and yeah, the 4 straight will be carried over for Kismet. As we continue to extend our final series of the day, desperately Carolina need these 10 points. You see the spot from Fell as he's getting info on one side of the map. Pretty aggressive on the B side if you're NYSL towards Broken.
Yeah, this is really the first time that's happened, but I think now you've spotted 2 if you're Fellow.
Yeah.
So you're starting to see that blue. And then Kismet is hitting that? That is for 5 in a row. Now you're going to get the nades onto the bomb site. Will they connect? They do. And there you see Skies line that up. Trying to give it to Kiz.
Give it to Kiz.
I think they did. I don't know.
Yeah, we got a little hitch there on our side.
From the Codcaster side.
Did he get number 6? I don't know.
We'll see. Hopefully. Yeah, he sure did.
Okay, so Kiz will get the streak. And yeah, I mean, we hopped to the tail end of that. It looked like he zapped Gwyn or whoever it was.
Well, and that's what's crazy is, I mean, you had all the info. Like, they were working up A. They had the right call. It's just that first pick kind of, then Felony gets isolated, then you're quickly into 4 versus 2. This Fellow spots 2, and it's like, that A defense might be a little weaker than it has been.
Well, now we'll see when that streak comes into play. You were pretty passive on defense last time if you're Royal Ravens. Slowed it down to more standard setup. This time looks like they want to get a little more aggressive. Fell kind of challenges the back at you right away. You got 2-man game over at A. And you're pushed up pretty deep if you're Carolina, but this is working over towards B. You got 3 players here, really 1 player trying to catch the push. There will be Sib. Kid's going to use this streak right away. Look at the arrows on the map, see where players scramble.
You're losing the Fellow here. Yeah, and that's going to be both players towards B. So they do a great job using that truce. Great job by Kismet playing his life. And then Sib kind of lurking on the A street, able to find another one.
TJ last up, be a 1v4. Got to find all these kills and find the defuse. He is shooting today, though. Down to a 1 versus 2. No way. Well, that makes it a little bit harder. Trophy going to eat the smoke. Tags on in, and he will fall. He gets the smoke out. Who knows? He's able to cut between both players. Maybe isolate a one-on-one on the other side. Not a lot of time to go, but the more aggressive trophies, they've got more aggressive throughout the year to try and eat those smoke plays, and it does it there.
Yeah, I mean, Kiz has had some masterclasses on this Invasion S&D as well throughout, especially in Game 5s. I think I can see a couple in my head where he's got double digits in Game 5 to win the series, and he's doing it here again.
Sky's right there with him, but yeah, 7 spree, kind of nice. And I mean, he wins the last 2 rounds for you, really. You're tied up 3-3, and then what? It's a first blood from him and a streak from him that are the difference. I mean, put those rounds kind of on his back. I know Sky's been getting a lot of kills in those as well. Speaking of Skies, there's another first blood for him, and a chance to seal it here with a 6-3 victory. Someone's got to go hero mode. Whoa! Tracking back and just getting away, but Fellow, he's out of this. For the pick from Skies, you still have this 4-on-3. TJ, I did not think he was winning that one, but he gets another.
Yeah, but look at Hydra. He's in a really good spot here. Is Clay gonna know this? Hydra's already in blue. He's gotten there so early. This is what he's so good at, is finding these openings. There's just no way. With Clay checking everything, the problem is, though, too much time goes by. The B, yeah, B's just open. But he times it well. He's gonna get the information. Just when does he pounce?
He pounces now, and he gets away. The pick, and he is gone. Houdini in the night.
Look, they're both looking for him.
Oh, yeah. he is just repositioned. Kismet's got eyes on the other side. TJ's getting wall banged. 20 seconds to go. You got to execute right now if you are Clay and TJ. But you were between a rock and a hard place. You lost Hydra on one side of it. They'll try and push back to that. Hydra still here and lurking. He has broken this apart. Bomb is simply too far away. Clay will fall. NYSL bring it back, and it's just the pain train once again here for Carolina. It's back-to-back losses to start us off, and I think Clay's face says it all.
Yeah, in these game 5s. And they just had a couple of rounds. These early first bloods killed them. Whether it's the Kismet one on the Gwyn in that round, we're 10 seconds in, and maybe it's the new MCW. Our players aren't used to it.
Guys did like 3 rounds.
Yeah, Skies gets another one on the fellow. Yeah. So that change coming into play, and I just don't think our players are maybe just adjusted to it quite yet.
Yep.
Yeah, you can't be as cocky in some of these.
Well, it's just, yeah, a lot of those long-range fights, I think you just think, oh, I can back down. And that, like, millisecond where you're able to back down out of that, maybe, it's just like, you know, kind of those tickle fights at long range where you're putting some damage in. Instead, you're like, holy, yeah, I got deleted by some 4-bullet cheese.
Long-range tickle fights, yeah.
Yeah.
But what, it's 10, 11, 9 from NYSL for Hydra, Skies, and Kismet. That World Championship trio putting up a great game there in game 5.
Yeah, and the other side of it, I mean, I liked a lot of what I saw